Hey guys, hey guys, this is July Lioness. How are you today? It is Saturday, July. I keep saying July. I'm stuck in July. Saturday, August. There you go. 22nd. Yeah, you can come up. And this is Choco Chat with Darla. Oh, she's so snuggly. Gave her another bath yesterday. We're getting a little better, but she doesn't like the end part where I have to put water on her. First we gotta get you wet, and then we add the soap, and that's all fine. But pouring the water on her to rinse her off, that's a little uncomfortable. It's like, what the heck is that, Ma? It's only her second bath in her whole life. Because for a long time I was scared to give her baths. Because we had a little problem the very first time I gave her a bath when she was a little girl, a real little girl. And you know how puppies are, they just won't sit still for anything. So I decided I should just bag it and pray that when she got older, she would mellow out enough. I hear a lawnmower. She would mellow out enough so that I could give her baths. And she didn't like being brushed either, but now she loves being brushed. Okay. So yeah, I'm making a board of flowers, sort of. It needs to be horizontal, so I can't really show it vertically here, and I'm not going to tip my computer like so, but it's somebody gave me this old, what was it? I think it had a picture on it, just a piece of paper glued to a big sheet of cardboard with a frame around it. So the picture was gone, so it was just this big piece of framed cardboard, and of course it was that craft color. So I guess a couple of months ago now I went and bought some gesso, and I painted it all white, and I even painted the frame of it white, and then I did this sort of a stencil project that turned out pretty terrible. So I painted more gesso over it, and it really didn't cover too well. So a couple days ago I brought it back out. So what I did was I put it where I want to keep it, and just let it sit there for a couple months while I thought about what I was going to do to fix it. So I lived with it for a while, as the artists say. I lived with it, and so a couple days ago I got it back out, and I did some spritzing with my Stampin' Up! Ink refills, and it looks better. But I decided I could use my flower paper punches and make a kind of a collage. So I was having some fun the other day. I just punched out a whole bunch of flowers with different types of paper, with just plain white paper, printer paper, and I have some things called washi sheets that you get through Stampin' Up! It's like washi tape, but it's in a sheet. So I punched a lot of flowers out of that, and then I layered it because that washi sheet is translucent, so whatever color paper it's on will show through, but there's like a little kind of a graphic on the actual paper, so it might make it look like your white flower has a little tiny orange triangle print over it, kind of like what am I trying to say? In comic strips, in the newspaper, the way they're colored is all little dots. If you look at it very closely, I forget the term for it right now, but it's similar. It's that kind of a look, but that's what the washi sheet washi sheets accomplish. It's the look they accomplish. So if you're gonna, you have to put it on a nice background, otherwise they're not gonna show. So anyway, I'm making all these flowers, and I can't decide if I'm just gonna have them like scattered across the background, or if I'm going to put them, like draw stems on them. And am I gonna have them all in like in a vase that I will either draw, or maybe I will do like a scrapbook paper type of a vase or something. I haven't figured that part out yet. But I want it to go with my bedroom colors, which are purple and gray and green. And you know what? It's hard to find purple scrapbook paper. What's the deal? Where is it? It's all yellow, orange. Not a lot of blue either. I was just looking for, different shades of purple and different shades of green, and I could punch them out into different flowers and make other little, sort of like a patchwork type of deal. But I can't find purple scrapbook paper. So that's why I've been spritzing, which works. It's cool. You can spritz whatever color ink you got on there on the white scrapbook paper. So it's a white base, but then it'll have this purple whatever color spritzes on it, and that looks pretty cool. I like that. But I found, Stampin' Up! Sells their shade of purple, but it's a little grayish. So I want like a, I guess you call it plum. The paint color actually is called grape jelly. I think that's what it was. But I just wanted a picture that I did myself, flowers, because I love them, and just sort of a collage to decorate my bedroom with, to sort of go with it, a splash of color. So it's fun. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go along. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about leaves. Do I want to draw them? Do I want to sort of, I don't have a leaf punch. Do I want to try and punch out a green flower and then take it apart and sort of put that like behind other flowers, so you have some green and it kind of suggests leaves? Or I could spritz some white paper and cut out leaves. I could make a leaf template and do it that way. Or cut out, See, I want to have sort of a consistent looking leaf. I have to think about that. I might just draw a couple of them and then trace around and make it like a template or something. I don't know. I guess I'll figure that out. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, but I am kind of a planner. Have to play it by ear. Cross that bridge, whatever. Okay. I ordered some stuff from Walmart the other day. I'd much rather shop online from them than go into that big old store where my eyes hurt, my feet hurt, it's tiring, there's goofy people, strange sometimes everywhere. The friend I go with tends to wander off, and then I don't know where she's gone, so I have to worry about her. It's just kind of and it ends up being like a 6-hour adventure. Did that the other day, and I don't know why I always get this thought in my head, oh, I'll just pop over to Walmart and I'll be home in a couple hours. Wrong. So naive. When I went with her the other day, I guess 2 weeks ago now, yeah, there were just a lot of side trips. Oh, well, we've got to go drop somebody off here. Oh, and we got to go to this church service, And you know, the day got longer and longer and longer, which it's okay now, but when I'd go out with her when Darla was a puppy, oh my God, the dog was shut in the house for 3 hours. There's gonna be a puddle or two to clean up, and I'm gonna have a stressed out little puppy, and you know, I just can't leave the house for 5 or 6 hours at a time. I couldn't back then. She's okay now because she's 3 years old, but I still don't enjoy it. I mean, we miss each other. I get this big greeting when I come back from the grocery store, and I only have been gone 45 minutes or something, you know. But, you know, it's home. She's used to it. She's made friends with all the cats, so they keep her company, and she keeps them company. And there she is wanting to come in. She's been out maybe 15 minutes and she wants to come in. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to upgrade some stuff. My bike helmet is falling apart, and I need that. So I bought it about 4 years ago, cheap brand. Excuse me. But I desperately needed one. I did not have one at all, and I had decided that biking would be my main form of, well, my main form of transportation in lieu of a car. So if you have a bike, you gotta have certain equipment, you know, a helmet, a lock, maybe a safety vest, basket, a light. You know, there's certain stuff you have to have if you're going to do the bike thing. So I cheaped out back because I had to, and I got a helmet, and it was fine for, oh boy, 3.5 years. But then a few months ago I noticed that the plastic covering and the foam underneath was separating and chipping, breaking off. Time to upgrade. So I ordered another bike helmet. I think it's a slightly better quality. You know, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a bike helmet or something like that, but I think it'll be better quality. So I'm getting a new helmet, and I also needed a second cable lock. I have a pedicab, and it could be stolen. You really need a key to get it going because it weighs about 400 pounds, but if there were a couple people, they could push it out of the driveway. It wouldn't be much fun. Yeah, you could pedal it if you could maybe get it rolling. You'd probably have to have one person sit at the controls, and they would maybe have to push it up a hill and roll downhill so you had enough momentum to move it. They wouldn't be able to push it uphill, pedal it uphill without the motor going, but you know, it could be done, or they could just steal it for parts or something. So I needed a second cable lock, and I ordered a cable lock and a U-lock because somebody showed me this trick where you take the cable lock and you don't use the padlock. You put the U-lock through the loops of the cable, so you've got a much stronger padlock. So I'm going to do that, and it also gives you a little more slack because I lock the pedicab to a support pole in my carport, and it's a little tricky to get it parked a certain way so that I can loop it through the tire, one of the tires of the pedicab. So hopefully this will be a better system. So then I can keep that locked up all the time to the pole, and I'll still have a cable lock to take with me for locking up my bike. So yeah, I definitely needed a second cable lock, and I hadn't gotten around to that. Another exciting purchase I've made. I also noticed a while ago that the bottom of my kitchen trash can is all cracked. Because that's kind of old and it was cheap and plastic, cheap, cheap plastic cracks. Yeah, like on the bike helmet and the kitchen trash can. So that's going. That's out of here. It doesn't make a bad laundry hamper. I could probably scrub it out and use it for something like that. Like I've got, yeah, I could definitely do that. That would be a bit more support. I have some sheets and curtains and stuff that need to be washed someday. I don't have a washer dryer in the house. I'd have to take them to the laundromat. So what I do is, I just pick out what I need and wash it as needed. So that would be, I could use that to store some of those things instead of just keeping them in a bag in the closet. That might be better. So what I've ordered is this, sounds interesting. It's a set of trash cans, a bathroom size one and a kitchen size one. And it's got an electronic sensor lid, motion sensor, I guess it is, attached to the lid. So that'll be fun to do. Maybe I can make a video of that. Or there probably is a video of that. I should check it out. Just be interesting to see how it goes, because I have got Sandy Cat getting into the trash at night when he gets bored. I'll hear crash and then sort of somebody like digging around, like cans of empty cans of cat food being shuffled around in the kitchen or something, and I'll go out and he would have gotten it, just like a raccoon, So hopefully this lid will stay shut and he won't be able to get into it. So my current trash can has a lid, but it's just useless. It doesn't attach to it really. I think it's supposed to be like a hinge top or something, but it's just not. You can sort of sit it on top of the can, but that's about, it's useless pretty much. I could put a brick on top, So it's stupid. But yeah, I think that'll just become like a laundry hamper. Yeah, I think I'm liking that idea more and more. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this electronic trash can works. It reminds me of the one in The Sims. They have one, and it kind of you drag your dirty dish to it, and it sort of disappears inside this little bin. And you hear this grinding sound. And then it pays you about 40 simoleons. So you make money off it. It's a good investment that way. No more dirty dishes. I mean, they're gone. I don't know where these Sims find their food or their dishes. They just appear when they need it, So all of a sudden, oh, look, he's got a fork in his hand. Where did it come from? I don't know. Pocket? Must be in his pocket. They don't worry about that stuff. Okay, so that'll be interesting to see these trash cans. Oh, I found out, I didn't know this. I had heard the term. I'm gonna have another Altoid. Yummy. I had heard this term, and so I dimly knew it. But I never knew exactly what it was, but somebody was talking about it in a video the other day, and I thought, what exactly are they talking about? Creepy pasta. I had heard that. What? Creepy pasta? Pasta? Creepy? It's just a strange term. So I looked it up, and I even read a little, and God. It's, okay, what I read, it's a type of fiction, kind of a fan fiction kind of a thing. I can give you an example. The story I read, and I got to a certain point and I was so disgusted I stopped. It was a My Little Pony story. The character's name was Pinkamento, I think it was. Now, I never watched My Little Pony as a kid. That was a little young for me. I think that came out in the 80s, and I was a teenager in the 80s, so I vaguely heard of My Little Pony, and I remember seeing them at the store, you know, but I didn't watch any of the programs or anything. And something about and that was kind of lumped in with, what was it, Strawberry Shortcake? Yeah, kind of lumped in with that. It was like for 80s kids, you know, and I was a 70s kid, so I wasn't real familiar with that stuff. But so there's the horses, the ponies are all different names, and they're like super cutesy, almost like, I found these in at Dollar General the other day. It's sort of like this type of a color scheme and that kind of a sugary sweet type of a storyline. And so one of the ponies' name is Pinkamena, and there's this other pony that's what was he? A winged horse, a Pegasus. Pegasus is not a species, but okay. And it's all like super cutesy. We went to a party and we played in the woods, and we went to the glade and we saw the unicorns and the la-di-da, and it's all sugary sweet stuff. Okay. So in this creepypasta story, Pinkamena, the little pink pony, invites a friend over, a Pegasus, I forgot his name, Blaze or something, I don't know. And oh, I'm just so happy to play with you, and it gets creepier and creepier and creepier. And I couldn't believe it. It was somebody with a real sick mind has this little pony actually bind and torture and write in great detail how pleasant it was for it to like vivisect its little Pegasus friend and rip its wings off, and talking about how the Pegasus was screaming and moaning in agony and all the blood, and this is creepypasta, and just talking about it now makes me want to throw up. Somebody was doing a Sims creepypasta. So Pinkamena was transformed into this woman dressed all in pink. And then there's Slenderman. Slenderman I'd heard of just through like videos of this guy. What did they say? Creepypasta is like internet stories that were started on the internet, like internet urban legends type of thing. Ugh. It just makes me feel kind of ill. Ugh. I'm so sorry I read that. Oh my god. God, so twisted. Really twisted. It reminds me when I was playing Spore. There was a species, somebody had created all these all these My Little Pony creatures, all different names and stuff, and there are all these weird looking little ponies around, and they just were sort of stupid looking. And I wonder now if that was the creepypasta thing. Ugh. Just nasty. What kind of a world are we living in now? What kind of a sick world are we living in? Ugh. What is that black thing behind me? Oh, okay. I scared myself. I don't have my glasses on. Right here. Where is it? This hand. See that black thing? Yeah, that black thing here. Okay, I don't have my glasses on. It looks like my black cat Merwin's sitting up on the table looking at me, but it's not moving. It's actually my... Ah! Whenever this happens, something creepy, I can't see it too well, I will just go over to it and I'll say, what the heck is this thing? This thing! I'll show you. This is my belt pack, my waist pack for when I ride my bike. I put water in each one, my money. This is what I wear when I go to the store. And that's all it is. There! Talk too much. Talk about murderous pink ponies. That's my problem. Okay. I'm better now. Mystery solved. So yeah. Okay, let's move down the list quickly. Doctor Who, much better, much better. I watched series 8 on Netflix. There were only 12 episodes, of course, so I got through that pretty quickly. Peter Capaldi is the newest Doctor. I just love that. That's a really well written series. It really is. And it can actually get me a little scared without being disgusted, which I appreciate. I can't stand gore. Can't stand it. No. You know, being scared without being grossed out. That's it's a typical hard thing to do nowadays because people combine bodily functions and fear. So I like the older movies with just pure fear. And there's no slimy, goopy, gushy, squishy things in the movie. Just a nice guy in a big dry rubber suit. It says, "I am the creature from the Black Lagoon. Boo!" And the people go, "Eek!" Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. Don't make me watch something that's going to turn my stomach, please. So yeah, I enjoy Doctor Who. It's somewhat, it's intellectual. It's got a bit of humor. It's pretty good. Okay, there are a couple. Attitude is a little too. Some of it is a little liberal for me, but that's all right. That's all right. I'll respect that. They got to be politically correct, and that keeps changing. What is politically correct anymore? So anyway, like I said, I went to Dollar General and I found some cute, cool supply things that I just thought they were kind of pretty. I might give these away to somebody. So I kind of like the colors, and I love animals, so I thought these were just sort of happy. They're rather cutesy. Yeah, they're a lot cutesy. And I'm not sure if there's a special... Oh, Lisa Frank. Okay, lisafrank.com. I should look it up. So yeah, these are Lisa Frank composition books. They're just bound with the paper in here. If you have a pen pal, a journal pal, I would get one of these and use it to send it back and forth in the mail. Lisa Frank. I'm gonna look up her website. Yeah. Cute. Happy. Innocent. Another thing people say online is kawaii. K-A-W-A-I-I. I think that's a style too. Maybe it's sort of supposedly kind of cutesy. I think it's Japanese. I don't know a whole lot about it, but that's a thing. That's a thing. So I've been working on my Sims, and I had a couple new ideas. I'm getting better at creating people so they look more like ordinary people and less like Barbie dolls. Um, so I'm getting better manipulating the Create a Sim software. It helps if you can make the eyes small. That makes a person more realistic. You can push up this part to make some downcast eyes, or you can push up the corners. So it's like it's on a, it'll pivot. So you can make it either way you want. A lot of their software has like that pivot motion. If you turn to the profile, you can make the nose kind of pivot in and out, the bridge of the nose. You can make it like come out so you have a long hooked nose, or if you push it back the other way, it'll be an upturned nose. So I'm just learning that. Jawline, you can manipulate the jawline. That has a lot to do with the face. The cheeks, you can manipulate the cheeks. You can, it's really amazing software. Hats off to them. I saw the early versions in Spore, but they've really developed it quite well now in the later versions of the Sims. Same company. You can pull the chin way down, you can sort of widen it, you can push it way up, you can have all the features sort of squashed in the center of the face. I don't know if you can do much with manipulating a kid's face. I'll have to try with that. But I know if you're drawing children, all their features are down at the bottom of their, like the bottom third of the face. They're all kind of scrunched into like this area here. So they have a lot of forehead, and so that's why I like that. So you can give them bangs and stuff. But that's one of the things that differentiates a child from a human when you're a child from an adult when you're drawing them. Also, when I've tried to make Sims of myself, I have a very high forehead. So that's why I try to push the eyes down, push the whole level of the eye down so that you'll have a bigger forehead. Another thing that's interesting is you can adjust the width of the head. So if I'm doing somebody who's overweight, I can widen their head so it's a little more proportionate to the body. I saw somebody do, what's the right term? Encephalitis, I think it's encephalitis. The slang for it is a pinhead, somebody with a really small head and very big ears. And they made a sim of Pepper from, there's this strange old movie, I forget what it's called right now, but it's there are a couple of pinheads in it. It's about a carnival. And also the actress who played it, I've forgotten her name now, but of course that's really what she was. Encephalitis, I think it is. You got very big ears and a small head. So anyway, they made a very convincing sim of it because they did somebody made her from, what was this show? American Horror Story, I think, has a character modeled after, I'm calling her Pepper, what's her real name? Darcy, or, I'm blanking, gotta let it go. But yeah, the more you use that Create a Sim, the more you learn about really manipulating faces. And it's a little frustrating at first, but practice makes perfect. Another thing I'm learning slowly is building houses. Again, practice makes perfect. Yesterday I completed a large 4-story townhouse. And that thing is tall, but the base of it it's a box. It's just big tall box, and getting the stairs in, that's the main thing. So I had to have I started out with a double wide staircase on the ground floor and the second floor, but then I needed to add more floors. It was going to be 3-story. I had to add a 4th story to it, so I didn't have enough space, excuse me, for a double wide staircase going from 3 to 4. So I had to reduce it to a single width staircase from what was it, 1 to 2 and 2 to, I think it's just 1 to 2 is double wide, and then 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 are both single wide. Because you know what? Staircases take up a lot of room. And I was not having enough room for bedrooms because the big fat staircase was in the way. And when you build a staircase, it's multiple ones. You put your first flight of steps up from 1 to 2, but then from 2 to 3, you need 2 staircases, right? Because you've got the exit point of the first staircase, that's taking up space, and then you have to put beside it or somewhere else in the room the next staircase going up to the next level, and then you would like zigzag it. So you need twice as much space for stairs on the subsequent upper levels. So yeah, you learn that. And putting in the windows aren't all going to work because they won't go on wall joints. They only go on flat walls. They don't go between the rooms. So if from the side you've got, like, say you've got the living room is here and the dining room is here, right? So there is a wall joint right there where the 2 rooms meet. Well, you cannot put a window across this plane where the joint is. It has to be on a clean plane. Joint, stud, I guess you'd say the stud, really. Because in real life, what would you be doing? You would be cutting a hole into 2 wall studs if you're going to try to put a window where your living room and dining room meet. So Stims won't let you do that because you can't do that in real life. Anyway, it's very interesting, and I've been chatting a long time, and thanks for watching me, guys. I gotta let the dog in. I gotta find something to eat. So take care, guys, and thanks for stopping by. This has been the July Lioness, and have a wonderful week. Bye.